The race session is at KazanRing circuit in Kazan, Russia. Colin Anderson is P1. Jan Ahn is second. Patrick Thomas BW is third. Hugo Simon is P4. Patrick Thomas BW entering the pits is 14th. Jupi Al-Ruskij is 4th. Samir Kadura is P5. Gunman is P6. Zaid Khan from Italy is P8. Nawal Fontanini is P9. Walter Phillips from United States is 10th. Eduardo Givert is 11th. Lucas Martino is 12th. Joaquin Vargas is 13th. Simon Says from Italy is 14th. Colin Anderson is 1st. Hugo Simon entering the pits is 14th.
It's time to bring the action!
Jan Ahn in KazanRing is 3rd. Jupi Al-Ruskij in KazanRing is 4th. Eduardo Givert in KazanRing is 10th. Hugo Simon exiting pits on hards. Patrick Thomas BW in KazanRing is P3. Samir Kadura in KazanRing is P4. Gunman in KazanRing is P5. Joaquin Vargas in KazanRing is P13. Patrick Thomas BW in KazanRing is P3. Gunman in KazanRing on lap 2 is P5, 0.5 behind Samir Kadura. Walter Phillips in KazanRing is P9, 0.2 behind Eduardo Givert. Samir Kadura in KazanRing on lap 2 is P4, 0.5 behind Patrick Thomas BW. Zaid Khan in KazanRing is P6, 0.2 behind Gunman. Zaid Khan passed Gunman for P5. Zaid Khan is now 7th. Zaid Khan is now P9. Lucas Martino in KazanRing is P10. Lucas Martino is now 9th. Zaid Khan entering the pits is 12th. Samir Kadura in KazanRing is P4, 0.1 behind Patrick Thomas BW. Zaid Khan exiting pits. Nawal Fontanini in KazanRing is P10, 0.5 behind Lucas Martino. Lucas Martino in KazanRing is 10th, 0.1 behind Nawal Fontanini. Samir Kadura in KazanRing is P4, 0.3 behind Patrick Thomas BW. Gunman in KazanRing is P8, 1.3 behind Walter Phillips. Walter Phillips from United States in KazanRing is 7th, 0.5 behind Patrick Thomas BW. Walter Phillips passed Patrick Thomas BW for P6. Simon Says in KazanRing on lap 4 is P12, 0.5 behind Zaid Khan. Jupi Al-Ruskij in KazanRing is 4th, 0.6 behind Samir Kadura. Patrick Thomas BW in KazanRing is 7th, 0.5 behind Walter Phillips. Walter Phillips in KazanRing is 7th battling Patrick Thomas BW. Walter Phillips lost P8 to Nawal Fontanini. Zaid Khan in KazanRing is P11, 0.5 behind Lucas Martino. Lucas Martino in KazanRing is 11th, 0.2 behind Zaid Khan. Patrick Thomas BW in KazanRing is P6, 0.4 behind Eduardo Gibbert. Simon Says in KazanRing is 12th, 3.6 ahead of Joaquin Vargas. Patrick Thomas BW in KazanRing is P6, 0.5 behind Eduardo Gibbard. Goonman in KazanRing is P7, 0.8 behind Patrick Thomas BW. Patrick Thomas BW in KazanRing is P6, 0.5 behind Eduardo Gibbard. Goonman in KazanRing is P7, 0.5 behind Patrick Thomas BW. Eduardo Gibbard in KazanRing is 6th. Goonman in KazanRing is P7, 0.9 behind Eduardo Gibbard. Eduardo Gibbard in KazanRing is 6th, 0.4 behind Patrick Thomas BW. Simon Says entering the pits is 14th. Goonman in KazanRing is 7th, 0.4 behind Eduardo Gibbard. Eduardo Gibbard in KazanRing is P6, 0.7 ahead of Goonman. Goonman in KazanRing is 7th, 0.7 behind Eduardo Gibbard. Hugo Simon in KazanRing is P13, 0.5 behind Joaquin Vargas. Joaquin Vargas in KazanRing is 13th. Zaid Khan in KazanRing is 9th. Goonman entering the pits is 9th. Zaid Khan passed Goonman for 8th. Goonman is P10. Gunman exiting pits. Eduardo Gibert in KazanRing is 6th, 1.2 behind Patrick Thomas BW. Patrick Thomas BW in KazanRing is P5. Zaid Khan in KazanRing is 8th, 1.5 behind Nawal Fontanini. Gunman entering the pits is 11th. Jupi Al-Ruskij in KazanRing is P4, 4.0 behind Samir Kadura. Gunman exiting pits. Zaid Khan in KazanRing is P8, 0.7 behind Nawal Fontanini. Joaquin Vargas entering the pits is P13. Eduardo Gibert in KazanRing is P6, 0.4 behind Patrick Thomas BW. Zaid Khan in KazanRing is 8th, 0.9 behind Nawal Fontanini. Gunman entering the pits is 12th. Nawal Fontanini in KazanRing is P7, 0.6 ahead of Zaid Khan. Gunman exiting pits. Zaid Khan in KazanRing on lap 12 is P8, 1.0 behind Nawal Fontanini. Nawal Fontanini in KazanRing is P7, 0.8 behind Eduardo Gibert. Lucas Martino in KazanRing is P11, 0.2 behind Hugo Simon. Lucas Martino passed Hugo Simon for P10. Nawal Fontanini in KazanRing is P7, 0.1 behind Eduardo Gibert. Nawal Fontanini passed Eduardo Gibert for P6. Eduardo Gibert in KazanRing on lap 12 is P7, 0.2 behind Nawal Fontanini. Eduardo Gibert lost P7 to Zaid Khan. Hugo Simon in KazanRing is 11th, 0.3 behind Lucas Martino. Hugo Simon passed Lucas Martino for 10th. Lucas Martino in KazanRing is 11th. Lucas Martino passed Hugo Simon for 10th. The leader has just finished the race. Colin Anderson finished first. Hugo Simon finished P11. Jan Ahn finished P2. Gunman finished 12th. Samir Kadyrov finished P3. Jupi Al-Ruskij finished 4th. Patrick Thomas BW finished P5. Nawal Fontanini finished P6. Zaid Khan finished 7th. Eduardo Gibert finished P8. Walter Phillips finished P9. Lucas Martino is 10. Lucas Martino finished P10.